right, now let's take this problem and solve it with the algorithm, which means we're going to follow the rules that we took in notes. So let's give that a shot. We have two numbers here. We have the number 4 and 5600ths, and we have the number 2 and 2300ths, right? So we need to put since this is subtraction, of course, the number with the most or the largest value goes on top. 4 and 5600ths, right? And also line up your decimal point, line up your place values. Our second number is 2 and 2300ths. Notice once again that my decimal places, my decimal point, my place values are all lined up. As you can see, the decimal point is in a straight line. My place values line up perfectly. They do not go diagonally or anything like that. All right. So now all we have to do, once we've set it up, we're just going to ignore the decimal point. Pretend it's not there. Pretend this is a third grade problem. 456 minus 223. All right. So just ignore the decimal point to the end. 6 minus 3, that gives us 3. 5 minus 2, that gives us 3. 4 minus 2, that gives us 2. And then at the very end, remember it is a decimal point right here. It is a decimal point right here. So of course, we'd have to have our decimal point in our answer. So drop that decimal point like it's hot into the answer. 2 and 3300ths is our answer. It does match perfectly with what we drew with the base 10 blocks. So, boom, that's what they did. Congratulations. We were successful. All right, let's take a look at this one. 3 and 1400ths minus 1 and 4800ths. So once again, on this one, they're going to build 3 and 1400ths, and then they're going to cross out 1 and 4800ths. So they build 3 and 1400ths, that's 3 wholes, 1/10, and 4 hundredths. All right. And remember, you do not build the second number because it's not addition. If you were doing addition, you build the second number and then find the total. But since this is subtraction, we are taking away. So we will take away 1 whole, 4/10, and 800ths. Remember, since there's no 4/10 and there's not 800ths over here, we might have to do some regrouping, or we might have to get creative with crossing out over here. So let's take a look. Here we go. First thing, since we have to take away 800ths, and we don't have 800ths, we're going to take that 1/10 that we do have from 3 and 1400ths and break it into hundredths. So 1/10 equals 10 hundredths. So break it up. Now, that doesn't exist anymore. The 10th is gone. We just have 1400ths here. Now we'll cross out 8 of them because we need to remove 8 hundredths. 4 and 4 more. All right, now we're going to take one of our wholes and split it into 10 tenths. Remember that one whole can be split into 10 tenths. It's equivalent, all right? So just the way 10 or 1/10 can be split into 10 hundredths, remember that's what's happening when we're regrouping. So they just took this, so this no longer exists. This no longer exists. And then we turned the one whole into 10 hundredths. So now we can take away 4/10. So we'll cross out 4 of those. All right, and then we can cross out one whole without it regrouping anything. And then we're going to count what we have left. Remember that we exchanged this one and we exchanged this one, so it's like they're not even there. All right, here's one whole, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tenths, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hundredths. So that looks like one whole, 6 tenths, and 6 hundredths, which would give us 1 and 66 hundredths. Remember, if we're going to do this problem, first things first, line up your decimal points. Oops. Line up your decimal points. This is a 2-number problem, so we're going to have 2 decimal points. All right. And then after that, we're going to write the numbers. And then after we write the numbers, we have our decimal points and our place values lined up. Now all we have to do is subtract with regrouping. So go ahead and give that one a shot on your own, and then come back for part 3, and we will check to see if we got it.